Hi there. We'd like to share a bit of our journey in hopes that it will encourage you to keep praying and not give up.
Earlier this year, we celebrated our 10-year anniversary. But in that time, we've been on an 8-year journey of infertility.
We've had testing and treatment in 4 different countries. We've had the ups and downs of month by month wondering when and if it will happen. We've prayed and prayed
And prayed and prayed.
and enlisted dozens of people close to us to join us in praying.
We've even prayed many of our friends through their own journeys of infertility and saw God bless them with children. But still, He didn't answer prayers for our children for ourselves.
We were constantly faced with reminders that our journey was just a little bit different from the norm. People wondering why we didn't have kids, asking us if we were newlyweds, other people wishing me a happy Father's Day. Well-meaning people and unintentional words and actions kept us feeling that we often didn't fit in.
But in 2010, the morning after a concerning visit to a doctor, we had an early-term miscarriage, which meant that we did conceive, but my hope came crashing down that morning. It was such a crushing feeling that I was unable to sing songs of the Lord being enough. I was unable just to really rest in Him. I had enough of unanswered prayers and dashed hopes. During that year, grief came month after month. Some days were darker and heavier than others. But the people the Lord put in my life and our life, friends that asked those deep, dark questions, they were encouragement to us.
People carried us in prayer and prayed for a child for us when we felt empty and spent and couldn't pray those prayers for ourselves. It sort of reminded us of the Bible story where the friends of a paralyzed man carry him to Jesus. They even lower him down through the roof in order to seek healing. And it was the faith of the friends that Jesus responded to with a miracle of healing.
We were eventually told that we would never naturally conceive. However, we clung to the hope that we had gotten pregnant once. We knew that God can do it. And we know that God can heal. We've seen through examples in the Bible and also through experiences of our own friends that God can heal. He's not limited by statistical probabilities or even our weakened faith.
We attempted in vitro fertilization in 2014, and things were really looking like God might finally use this time and this means to do something really spectacular. But He didn't. It didn't work.
The moment we found out that it was unsuccessful, the verse that came to me was, "What is impossible with man is possible with God."
One message that we heard early on in our journey was, wait on the Lord.
I even painted a sign as a reminder to us to wait on God's plan, for His timing, and to just be diligent to press into Him and journey with Him.
2 years after our unsuccessful IVF, we started coming to the place of reevaluating our picture of what our life would be like. Maybe we were never going to be parents, and if so, what's the vision that God has for us? We know that He doesn't always answer every prayer in the way that we'd hope. We know that not everyone struggling with infertility or with any other long-term concern ends up seeing God do something incredible.
So we started investigating books to encourage us in a life of child-free living, to dream something else of what life could be like. I even borrowed a few musical instruments, thinking that I would develop some new hobbies.
And then, in August of this year, Lindsay tells me, not for the first time in our 8-year journey, "Oh, I'm a few days late."
But I knew.
We were suddenly confronted with a surprise. God doing His thing in His timing. Not something that we deserved, not something that we earned.
And I had even felt in recent months that I wasn't supposed to stop praying for children.
Ultimately, God just chose to act. He invited us to pray. He surrounded us with many faithful friends that prayed on our behalf. And He did what no clinic or our own effort could accomplish.
What is impossible with man is possible with God. And He just wanted to make sure that it is clearly something that He has done. There's no mistake. We're seeing His hand at work.
So here you go. Here's the evidence of His hand at work.
We're gonna be parents!
Coming April 27th, 2017. To God be the glory.